this is Ashley.
And Cindy.
And this is Life for Dummies.
Because we're real dumb.
Oh my gosh, what are we talking about today?
I thought we would talk about the difference between helping someone and rescuing someone. Yeah, what does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that even? I'll let you start.
Yeah, so there's a difference between trying to help someone to help themselves and you rescuing someone, right? There's a huge difference. And I used to not know the difference, right? Until I actually was like, someone said to me, there's only so much I can do. If you're unwilling to help yourself, no one can help you. We're not going to rescue you. And I was like, whoa.
That's so powerful. Yeah, so can you give an example?
Yeah, so there's this person that I knew, and, I would give all kinds of like helpful suggestions of things that they could be doing and better decisions they could be making. And it wasn't like they didn't ask. So let's just get this straight. They were asking for suggestions. So I gave some suggestions, but they continue to make their own decisions and do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, which we know is insanity. And then when everything would like implode and their life was burning down around them, they'd be like, "Can you come pick me up?"
So they were like a little bit of a leech and just wanted to use you.
Yeah. And it was like, no, like you got yourself there. You continue to choose to do these things knowing that nothing good is going to happen. I'm not coming to rescue you. That's not my job.
Yeah, like I can track BS from like a mile away.
Mm-hmm. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Just can't. Sorry, guys.
I know. And so, like, even though, I'm nice and smiley and have long hair, and like am an approachable human being today, I will like totally see through it. If you're just trying to manipulate or bring drama into my life, and I'll be like, "Oh, hi." And then I'll like walk away and I won't give a second thought because I have to protect my peace today. There's a difference between helping people who want to help themselves versus helping people who just want to use, harm, and manipulate.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's hard to like figure that out, right? It took me a long time I just thought everyone wanted to get better and everyone just wanted to live this way of life. And boy, was I wrong. That's not the case. There are some people who just want to dust off, feel a little bit better, use you and abuse you, and then go back out to do what they're doing. And so, like Ashley said, I have to protect my peace at all costs. So if someone like that is coming around and they're in my life, I'm like, you know what? No, thank you. I will be nice to you when I see you. I will give you a hug. I will actually even pray for you, because that's something I do regularly. But I am not going to put myself in harm's way to try to help someone who is not willing to help themselves.
Exactly. And I'll give a helping hand, like I'll give somebody a chance. But if they burn it or if they misuse it, my tracker is up and that's not happening again. It took me a long time to get here because in the beginning, like I had so many toxic people in my life and I was toxic that people would mistreat me, misuse me, and it was almost just like another day. Another day in the life. Right?
Yes, that was just so when I was doing unacceptable behaviors, when I was harming myself on many different levels, I hung out with people that did the same thing because then my behavior was acceptable, right? No one was looking at me being like, this girl is crazy and out of control. No, if I'm hanging out with people that are doing the same thing, then no one's pointing the finger at me. But it's toxic when you're in that lifestyle. and we are using and abusing each other and getting what we can from one another. And like, I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. And when I made a conscious decision to stop living that way of life, I have to also make a conscious decision to stop behaving that way and to not allow others to treat me that way. And so I protect that at all costs. Like, if that is your intention, bless you on your journey, but you're not going to do that to this girl.
How crazy is that? Literally, it was like, I'm going to hurt you until you hurt me.
It's so sick,
That's like
right?
great. And a lot of the times, that's like the dating scene, like in the cities. Because I spent a lot of time in DC. She spent a lot of time in New York City as young professionals, young adults. And man, especially on all the apps today and stuff, it's like, let me keep my guard up and hurt you, leave you before you hurt me, leave me.
And it's so sad that that's how, a lot of our society conducts themselves. You know, if I can just give you one takeaway from this, it's protect your peace at all costs. Protect yourself. Don't sign up for that. Like I used to say, this person did that to me. This No, Cindy, you signed up for all of it. You're not a victim. You signed up for it. Now how are you going to stop doing it? That's the question.
Boom. That is like so impactful because I was never the victim, right? It was like, or no, I didn't say that correctly.
No, no.
I was always the victim, right?
I need a bell.
They were never the victim. That's what I meant to say. Like, I was not harming anyone. I was just out to get mine. Just like everybody else. They're all out to get theirs. And it's like, that's just the way it is, man. And it's like, holy cow. Thankfully, you and I are not even in that world at all anymore. And honestly, that world is like everywhere, Cindy. It's not just in the dating world, it's in like the corporate culture, it's just in society. I don't know what it is. Like, where did the heck did this philosophy come from, right?
Yeah, I have. So I love the fact that like I have this nice little bubble that I live in now, right? I have this very peaceful little bubble and I don't allow anyone in it that is going to treat me like that. I just don't. I have made the mistake a few times to allow certain people like that in. And when they get in, I'm like, you got to go, you know? And like I try to do it in a kind, caring, loving way because that's the person that I am today. I know that when someone talks to me, I like to be talked to that way and from coming from a kind, caring, loving place. But you got to go. Like, no, it's not happening. It's just not, I'm just not able to deal with things like that today. My peace and serenity are entirely too important to me.
Yeah, and I don't feel guilty about it anymore either. It's like that's their thing. They made that decision just like I made those decisions in the past. And there were people who walked away from me because I used to be chaotic and crazy too. Like I have the right to make that decision today. And there's no guilt, there's no shame in deciding to live my life this way and removing those people from it.
I mean, you're essentially just choosing yourself, right? Like, I'm going to choose myself over anyone else 10 times out of 10. Like, I made that mistake before. I would put everyone else and everything else in front of me, before me. They were more important than me. What I wanted, what I needed, it didn't matter. I was second. Everyone else came first. And that's how a lot of my problems were created. I created them myself by not putting me first and what I needed and what I wanted in front. As long as those motives are pure and I just want happiness and peace in my life, there's nothing wrong with that.
Cindy and I know a lot of people being around this new way of life for some time. And in my experience, it's typically like the opposite world. It's what one of my friends calls it. But it's counterintuitive. The people who are the most peaceful, who seem to work the less in life, end up being more emotionally successful, psychologically successful, financially well off. It's like they have more things because they've opened themselves enough to surrender to a new way. And
Mm.
just because like the world outputs this, or society outputs this, like, you got to get yours, everybody's competition, that doesn't mean like you have to walk down that path, because where it leads a lot of the times for somebody like myself and somebody like Cindy is in highly self-destructive behaviors
Mm.
that could end in death.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Today, I don't want to harm myself. I don't want to cut my life short because, gosh, I have a life worth living today. But it has taken a long time to get here. It has taken a long time to wake up in the morning and just be truly happy and grateful that I am alive and living this beautiful life. So the first thing I had to do, I had to surrender, and then I had to change my perspective to change my life. But it's been amazing.
Amazing. Keep liking, subscribing. We're here for you, and we want what is best for you. We want you to only have good things.
Absolutely. Love yourself today.